Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a very exciting video because it's going to be the first of my planning to pan videos. I'm going to this year do a series of different planning to pan, and today I'm going to go through all of the projects that I'm considering for next year. I'm also going to do one with Panda palette contenders. I'm going to do like all of the products that I want to pan next year. So it's going to be a few videos in this series. If you also have any other ideas of what you want to see, let me know down below, but those are the ones that I thought of so far. So today, like I said, it's going to be a chatty video. We're going to go through all of the projects that I'm considering, kind of how I want to structure them, if there's like different ways that I'm considering to structure them, and you can vote, or you can let me know your thoughts down below. Yeah, I'm really excited. I do have some new products that I'm planning to do next year, which I haven't done before, but some are of course reappearing on my channel yet again because they are in my kind of panning arsenal every single year. So I'm going to jump into the projects that I'm considering, but before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. Alright, so I have all my projects written down on my phone, and I do have some comments on some of them, but again, some others I will dedicate specific videos to. So I'm just going to jump straight into them, going from the top to the bottom of what I have written down. So the first project that I am basically I'm 100% sure I'm going to do this project. No matter if no one says in the comments they want to see this project, I'm still going to do it. And that is going to be Panda palette. So I am joining Panda palette again next year. As you guys know, Panda palette was created by Amber F. It's a really nice project. It's actually one of my favorite projects to follow along nowadays. And the goal is, at least for me, I feel like the original goal for this project is to basically select a palette to pan for the year and try to completely use it up. I know some people just try to get usage on it, like try to hit pan on every single shade, stuff like that. But I always try to finish as much of the palette as I can. I haven't had as easy of a time with Panda palette over the last 2 years. In 2023, I did a little bit of a fail. It's the first palette that I've selected that I kind of regretted my choice on. So if you remember, I was panning the Nikki Tutorials palette, and halfway through the year I switched it out, and that second palette that I selected I did really well with. But overall in 2023 it wasn't my most successful year. And then again this year I am getting really good progress on my Soft Glam palette, which is my Panda palette this year. But yeah, I'm not getting as much progress as I thought I would. But I think it's also because I'm doing my big fat eyeshadow project, which takes away a lot of my makeup days throughout the year. So anyway, I'm gonna do Panda palette next year, and I will dedicate a full-on video to all of the palettes that I have as contenders. I have again written them all down, and I'm gonna go talk you through those and let you guys vote and let me know your comments and thoughts in that video. But yeah, that is the first project. The second project that is also a given to come back on my channel is Product Level Up. Product Level Up was created by me. The goal with that project is basically you have different levels. So for level 1, your goal is to use every single shade in that palette once time and hit 1 pan. Once you complete that, you move on to level 2, where you have to reach for every shade twice and hit 2 pans, and so on. How I've been doing it previously is to go up to level 5 and then I reset the project and go back to level 1. That is how most people are doing it, but I have seen some people pop up who do kind of try to go as far as they can. And you know, that might be something that I can consider doing next year. If you'd rather me do that, so if you'd rather me continue on, so after I complete level 5, I can continue on to level 6, level 7, and so on. I'm happy to do that next year as well. I never really thought about doing that because I thought it would be very difficult, but next year I might give it a go if you guys prefer it. So let me know with Product Level Up, do you want me to reset the project after level 5 like I have been, or continue on next year? Because yeah, I'm considering both of them. And of course with that project I'm going to continue to randomize my palettes. If you guys do want me to continue on after level 5, I might allow myself more vetoes than I have had, but I'm going to continue that project randomized. So that is the second project that I am basically already set on having. Then we have 2 more eyeshadow based projects left to go. The next one is Panda's eyeshadows. Panda's eyeshadows was one that I was kind of considering to cut back on because I haven't been as inspired by that project as I have been in the past, but I do still love it, and I feel like I can just alter the rules to fit me better. But next year, I think want to bring it back, but I'm going to stick with 4 shadows, which I have had this year, because I feel like just having 1 shadow less means that I can reach for other things more. So I'm going to stick with 4 shadows in that project. And this year I do have a usage goal of 15, but I think I'm going to increase that to 20 next year. So the goal for that project will be either hitting pan on a shade or 20 uses. And I forgot to say, but Panda's eyeshadows is, of course, created by Eyeshadow. She doesn't post anymore, but she was the creator of Panda's eyeshadows. However, I am also going to continue using Lainey's prompts. I just love doing it that way. I love having that prompt list because I love prompt-based product pans, but also I just feel like I have a little bit more flexibility because I can choose my own shadows. So I'm probably going to continue doing it that way. But again, if you have any comments, any thoughts on how you want me to structure any of these projects, feel free to leave them down below. And that is kind of the point of this video, is to share with you my thoughts and ideas for projects next year. And then you guys giving me feedback down below. That's again also why I'm doing it quite early, just so you guys have time to just kind of have a discussion, and I can start planning out after I've heard your guys' feedback. But moving on, I do also want to introduce one new eyeshadow-based project next year, which I am actually really, really excited for. This is not an original idea of mine, but I am going to put my own twist to it, because the project that I want to do next year is the Years of Usage product pan, which was created by Sarah Catherine. She basically created this project where you want to use every single shadow in your collection the same amount of uses as the year you're in. So currently, obviously in 2024, the goal would be to hit a 24 threshold on all your eyeshadows. So if I started this year, that would be the goal. Next year, of course, it's going to be 25 because we're going to be in 2025. And you just keep it going. And whenever you hit a goal on an eyeshadow, so whenever you reach that threshold, it will be rolling out to the project. And then, you just keep going. So what happens at the end of the year is that every single eyeshadow that you haven't hit your goal on yet will be rolling over to the next year. But again, since we are then in the next years, again, 2024 to 2025, the usage goes up by 1. So again, if I was starting it this year, everything that I hadn't hit my 24 uses on at the end of this year would roll into 2025, but then the new usage goal would be 25 for those shadows, but all of the usage you have also rolls over. So for example, if I'm at like 10 uses on a shadow, those 10 uses still roll over, and I have 15 more uses to go before I can roll it out, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do, but my twist with the project is that I'm going to do single shadows only. So I have a lot of singles in my collection. About half of the eyeshadows that I own are single shadows, and majority of those single shadows are indie shimmers, indie like eyeshadows in general, that are Absolutely Beautiful. Is some of my favorite formulas that I have in my collection, but I don't reach for them enough. I used to be better at it, but I think again this year, because I've been doing my Big Fat Eyeshadow project where I use palettes and make 3 looks with each palette in my collection, 4 for every month, so 12 looks in total. I just been neglecting my singles because I've been like spending so much time getting to know my palettes, which is a good thing because I feel like I didn't know my palettes well enough before, so I have been loving doing that. But next year I want to switch it back to focusing on single eyeshadows, just because I spent so much time on my palettes this year. So that is why I want to put that rule in. I think it's also going to be easier than using all of my shadows. But this is obviously also a project that I don't think I'm going to complete next year, just because I have so many single shadows. So that is going to be a longer term project. It's going to probably continue on to 2026, maybe in 2027. We'll see. But I'm really, really excited to do that one. And I think that is kind of like the main gist of that project. I've also seen Gabriella Francis do this project. She selected a handful of palettes in her collection to do this with. So you can also check her out because if you want to see like what the project looks like. But I'm really excited to join that. And I actually wanted to join this project the way like with the singles even before I saw Gabriella do it, because I've been loving watching Sarah Catherine do this project on her channel over the last couple of years, and I have been really intrigued by it recently, so I wanted to join anyway. But then when I saw Gabriella do it, I got so excited because again I have been really, really intrigued by this project. So that's another one that I'm pretty set that I want to do. If you have any comments or any kind of, I don't know, feedback on that project, let me know. But yeah, those are all of the kind of eyeshadow based projects. So let's move on to the other ones next. Another one that I'm definitely set on doing next year is rolling product pan. I love doing a rolling product pan every year, and I'm probably gonna like do it the same way that I have been, which is a rolling 10 pan. So I actually don't know who started product pan, like rolling product pans. I just know it's been around for a long time, but I don't know who actually created it. But again, how I'm planning to structure this is to have 10 products, and my goal will always be to finish those products. In other projects, I do roll them in for pans, usage goals, things like that. But in my rolling product pan, I always have a goal to finish. There is also the option to do, like, for example, 25 in 2025, and that would be to introduce 25 products at the beginning of the year to try to finish and just update you on all of those 25. If something is completed, not to replace it with something else. But I think personally I prefer the rolling style product pan. But if you guys want me to switch it up next year and do like a 25 in 2025 instead, let me know, because I would be willing to try that out as well. So yeah, that is the next project. We also have a project that I started this year, which I am considering to do again, but I think it would be more difficult to do next year because I don't really know what palette I would roll in for this, and that is Panda Face Palette. Again, I am not sure who started Panda Face Palette. Of course, Panda Palette was created by Amber F, but if you know who created Panda Face Palette, let me know. But I do have a list of all my face palettes on my phone that I will make a video to try to pitch to you guys. So this will be probably another video in the Plan to Pan series. But I feel like all of those palettes, I'm not sure if I'm going to be ready to pan those yet, or if I'm going to be able to get through any of those really, apart from maybe one, but I'm not ready to pan that one, I think. So I think it would be more like a progress type of Panda face palette. And the reason for that is because basically all of my Panda face palettes that I have left in my collection after I complete the one from this year is brand new. I am actually panning 2 face palettes this year. I'm panning my Ghost Edit from Hourglass, which is my main Panda face palette this year. And then I also have my Sleek Solstice palette, which I'm working on in my Yellow product pan, and I'm working on kind of like a shade at a time, but that one I'm hoping to finish as well this year. But those two are like my easiest Panda face palettes to get out, or face palettes to get out. So I think it's going to be harder next year, but I am considering doing it again because I've had the best time with Panda face palette. I'm actually really enjoying that project. And now when I finally have some more face palettes in my collection, there was a time when I only really had like one, if that. It was a long time I didn't have any face palettes in my collection. So now when I have a few more, I am considering that project again. However, let me know what your thoughts are on that project. Have you been enjoying watching it on my channel this year? And do you want me to bring that back again next year? I have 3 last projects that I have written down that I'm considering more kind of seriously, and then I have a few kind of things that I want to ask you guys about. But the next project that I'm think I'm going to bring back next year is Deco Panning. Deco Panning was created by Emily McInnes, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Emily Maxi on YouTube. She is great with creating projects. She has created a lot of projects, and she's really creative in that way, and I love watching her channel. But Deco Panning has been around for a long time, and it's one of, I think, a lot of people's favorites. I love it too. It is basically a prompt-based product. You have 5 rolling products at any time. There is a few kind of prompts that make you have more than one, but there is overall kind of 5 products to work on. What Emily has done is create a prompt list, and you use a deck of cards and a game board to pick your prompts. So the game board shuffles every single month apart from the face cards. So every month you get different prompts on the board. You know, the same one might appear twice, like back to back in different places, but it does shuffle. And what you do is you pull a card from your deck of cards, and that card corresponds to a prompt on the game board, and then you have to pick your product based on that. In that project, personally, I have, you know, again, I can do any type of goal I want. I can do a usage goal, a pan goal, or a finish goal. And I think that's what I'm going to stick with again next year. I do love Deco Panning, and it's like one of the few kind of prompt-based projects that I do apart from Panda's eyeshadows. But Panda's eyeshadows obviously only eyeshadow related. So I love having Deco Panning around just because it is, again, a prompt-based project but I can like roll in any type of product that I want. So let me know if you want to see that again next year, or if you have any other ideas for similar projects you want me to join instead. Then we have 2 more projects, which is something that then again I've done on and off on my channel for the last couple of years. The first one is Project 10 Uses, which is something I'm doing this year, and I have done again in the past, but I haven't done it every single year. This is one of the projects that I am unsure if I'm going to do again, just because I have so many other projects. It is a good way to rotate through your collection though, and to get use out of maybe some things that I want. Currently what I have is 10 products to work on at any point in time. 4 of those are hand selected, 3 of those are randomized shadows, single eyeshadows, and 3 of them are lip products, and again randomized. That's how I've been doing it. Maybe I'll do it the same way. Maybe I can hand pick 10 products, or maybe I'll scratch this project altogether. Again, I don't know who created Project 10 Uses, but if you know, let me know down below, and I can give them cred, of course, in this video and also in my updates. But yeah, let me know if you want to see that again. I am a bit, again, torn. It is an easy project to do, and I think it's nice in the way that it gives me a way to reach for projects that I maybe want to, or maybe neglecting in my collection, and not kind of take away too much from the products that I'm trying to finish or are in other kind of more long-term projects. So yeah, let me know about Project 10 Uses. Then the last project on my list is one that I created a couple of years ago. I actually did a similar project way back back in the day. I think it was like Lipstick Roulette I used to do, and now I'm doing Project Apocalypse. Both of those projects are inspired by other people. The name is basically taken from Kat Kitchnich. She did Project Apocalypse, where she tried to like use all her all her lip products, and eventually like declutter some of them. But mine is a mix. Well, I've done it differently every year, but this time it's a mix of kind of, I have 10 products, 5 of them are focuses. The goal is to ultimately finish all of the products in this in the project. Previously, I've done just 5 products, and I've also done a mix of kind of using things up, but also rating the lip products. So now I have a rating for every single lip product that I own, which is really useful, both with knowing what to pan, but also just knowing what my favorite products are. So yeah, I am thinking about bringing that back again. I don't know how I will structure it. Let me know if any of the ways that I've done that project in the past was your favorite. So do you like it this way, where I have 10 lip products to work on, but 5 focuses? Would you want me to go down to 5 products in the project? Would you want me to scrap this project fully? Because that's another option that I'm thinking about, is maybe even scratching Project Apocalypse and introducing lip products more into other projects again. So like rolling Project Pan and Deco panning, things like that. Because right now I'm barely ever rolling lip products into those projects, just because I have the specific lip project pan. So yeah, let me know which one you prefer. Again, I have enjoyed doing Project Apocalypse, and that's why I bring it back every year. But it is another one of those that is kind of up in the air, and it depends a little bit on what you guys want to see. So let me know about Project Apocalypse. So those are all of the projects that I am written down to consider for next year. Again, some of them are kind of, I'm almost set to do. Otherwise, I want to hear your feedback on, like I said. But there's a few more projects that I have thought about for the last couple of years that I might want to join in, but I haven't. So first up is Project Graveyard. I haven't done that before, but I do think about it every single year, but then I feel like I don't have time to prep the product I want to roll in, and I just kind of forget about it until like maybe a week or 2 before it's due, and then I just forget to join in. So let me know, because that is one that, again, I was really close to joining in this year, but at the time I had already like rolled in products that were in like Project Graveyard into other projects. So I felt like I didn't have enough products that I wanted to focus on in that project. But if you guys want to see me do Project Graveyard next year, I will plan ahead and I will make a list of products to roll into that project. So let me know. Project Graveyard, by the way, is also created by Emily. So that's another one of her creations. That is one that I am considering. Apart from that, I don't really have any specific project, but a lot of the projects that I am like considering that I've actually never done is the Fantastic Ladies like collab product pans. There are so many like absolutely amazing products out there from the Fantastic Ladies. Obviously they do pick a Panda palette theme every single year. I don't think I'm going to do that, because I already I like selecting my own Panda palette. But they have things like That's So 2000, This Is Fantasy, and like so many other projects. If you guys have any favorites from their fantastic ladies that you guys want to see me do, let me know, because I will consider them. There again, I have never joined into Fantastic Ladies collab, so it would be fun to do. They also have what's it called, like 50 Shades of Blank. So like obviously, and I think last year was, or this year was 50 Shades of Yellow, or they also done 50 Shades of Brown, Grey, things like that. But yeah, I think this year is yellow, right? Anyway, there is a lot of projects out there by the Fantastic Ladies, so if there's anything else that you want to see me do, let me know. Also, in general, if there's any projects that I haven't mentioned but you would love for me to do, let me know. Again, this video is kind of a discussion. I'm filming this, hoping that you guys will give me some really good feedback down below, and also maybe some new ideas. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I'm really excited to start planning what my projects for next year. I've already kind of, again, I've written down what Panda palettes I'm considering. I've also written down my Panda face palettes. I've even started planning out potentially what products I want to pan next year, which is crazy, but I'm just really excited to start panning next year. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Please do let me know all your thoughts, comments down below. Have a discussion between like you guys among yourselves, but also with me. I have been terrible at answering comments recently, but I will make sure to answer comments in this video to start a discussion. So do let me know down below, because I would love to hear from you guys and, you know, help me decide what I'm going to pan next year. So that is going to be it for today. The next plan to pan video will be up maybe in like 2-3 weeks, and I will continue doing them until the end of the year. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.